should be, staying at home with your baby, taking care of the baby, enjoying the bird's view, enjoying all that big house, enjoying everything you have, or maybe your baby baba has provided. You just leave everything behind you, like that, and you decide to suffer with the baby. Like, not like you suffering, the baby is suffering a lot. You and the baby, like, seriously. I looked at this whole story, and now I go back to the comments. Let me go back to the comments again, because when this story was shared, I was like, yo.
Greetings to you all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. And of course, the time that you will watch this video. How are you? How am I? I'm fine. So guys, I'm in my small kitchen. Today I decided to shoot my video from here because of the natural light. Anyways, ignore any noise that you will hear at the background. I've had so many people complaining, oh, why are you guys always doing your content while seated? Or why can't you stand? Like, I don't know what you exactly want to see. If you've never seen like Mary doing vlogs, just watching this channel, you'll see me walking around and doing everything. So if you wanna figure out how tall is Mary, does she has some nyash, what about the front office, how is it, you can just check those videos and basically pick one or two things, whatever you want. So my people, there are so many issues that are taking place, so I just wanted to share with you a few stuff. Today is on a Saturday. It is an afternoon here in Kenya, and of course I don't know whether you can see this smoke that is going up. So I've just made a cup of tea for myself, and this is mostly what I do over the weekend, and especially when I am alone in the house. Like, I'm not alone like 101%. My kids are out playing with their friends. You can hear the noise. But most of the time I prefer taking tea as I do my stuff. Like, for example, when I'm cleaning around, when I'm listening to content in YouTube, because YouTube is the thing. The other day I did watch a movie, and I enjoyed my cup of tea as I was watching the movie. And guys, let me tell you something. Creating content is not easy. And I told you that it's not easy. In fact, I'm looking at Rocio and I'm like, Mary, can you pull that? Hey, can you pull that? And definitely it's a big no. I can't move around carrying a baby, tied around my chest for all those days. Like, it's so hectic, it's crazy. I can understand. And that tells you Rocio is determined, very determined, to attain some milestones, if you can allow me to use such words. Rocio has a target from the look of things. There is no way she can be all over carrying her baby, going around Europe, because where she is Europe, going around Europe and creating content. She must be having a target, and that is what we call coming out of your comfort zone. Rocio is one character that people have really come after, and the reason is because they feel like the baby is not being given enough time. And guys, let us just be realistic. Rocio's videos are less than 50 minutes if you take your time and just check on the timing. A very short video. Do you get it? And therefore, this baby has all the time to, to crawl, to move around. She has all the time to clean the baby. She has all the time to change the baby, massage the baby, and such and such. Guys that are just coming after Rocio, I don't know. I feel they're kinda overlooking and, creating a mountain out of an anthill. Rocio is doing good. And I strongly believe, her being Maisha's mother, there's no way she can be moving around with the baby the whole day. She does not feed the baby. Like, how? Do you understand? That baby cannot remain quiet, and they are kinda not comfortable, because babies communicate, and you all know that. And especially if you are a parent, babies who can't speak, they'll communicate. Either they'll cry, they'll make some noises, and with time you will learn how to read your own child. So this matter of people just coming out and they're like, oh, Rocio is kind of mistreating this child. Seriously? Do you listen to yourself? Are you okay? Guys, Go watch her videos. They are not long, they are very short. That means that she shoots for a short time, goes back to wherever she, where her accommodation is, and then later on does the editing and publishes the video. So this tingle of people coming out and saying, oh, Rocio is not a good mother, I don't know. How do you rate a good mother and a bad mother? Some of us are seated at home. We don't travel. But does that make us good mothers? We have so many mothers that are in the house, but they are equally absent. So it's just as simple as that. And I strongly believe Rocio has her own target. On other news, our lady, that is our own empress, Dee left the village. That is what she said. As it will depend on the time you'll watch this video. I don't know. Maybe she'll have done a video and let us know where she is. Dee left the village. And I saw the naysayers saying, oh, Dee is running away from her construction. I don't know, she has run out of money. She doesn't have money, and therefore she has to go out and get more money. But the truth of the matter is, Dee had made a plan. She knows what she's up to. And she said it very clearly. She doesn't need to be there for the construction to go on. It is all about transferring money online. And Maro will be there to take charge and to ensure that everything is handled. By the way, guys, I think the naysayers they have a spirit of the beast. If you come from the Caribbean, I believe you strongly understand what that means. They have this spirit of a beast. Their work is to attack. Rocio came out with a bag from Blake's. Do you get it? And these ladies couldn't sit. They have now started spreading rumors. Rocio is competing with Dee. Rocio said she can't pick a black bag because of Dee. Oh, I don't know, Rocio is out there trying to compete with Dee so that she can, get subscribers like Dee, get all those views, get brands coming in for her. And guys, when you listen to them, you just know these ones are full of the spirit of the beast. And therefore, theirs is to criticize. Theirs is not to say anything good. By the way, there's so many celebrities and influencers all over that are promoting this, this company. Do you understand? The bags and such. Because, of course, they know if you're a woman and you have a big following, you can influence other women to buy, such handbags. Do you get it? And it will be one way of promoting the company. So what is wrong? It is not only Rocio, Dim, and Dee. Didn't you see your favorite African tigress doing the same thing? And other influencers all over the world. By the way, they do the same thing that Dee and Rocio are doing. And therefore, this matter of just people coming out and trying to bring some rift between the family, how can you just sit comfortably in your own small corner and say that Dee and Rocio, they are competing for Maro's attention? Like, how do you reason? Do you get it? How do you reason? Sometimes you listen to these people and you're like, is their reasoning really of an adult? Or do they reason like toddlers? Like, seriously, Marwa is Dee brother. Rocio is Marwa's, woman. So how can you compare them? And someone was like, oh, Rocio left the villa. She's out there exploring. And our lady, Dee is back in the villa. She's now the woman in the villa, taking charge and doing everything. Guys, how do you reason? Sometimes it is those are insults. Do you get it? And when they come for you, what will you start saying? They hate you. They want to bring your channels down. But the truth of the matter is, you guys, you are too much. Like, you are too much. Sometimes people listen to you, they watch you, they cheer you as you do your own discussion. Look at how you guys are coming after David Jr. David Jr. never took anyone's land. He never grabbed matikos land. They gave the land out willingly. David Jr. bought. I don't know, when you say the land is in a very remote place, let me tell you, can you wake up? Can you wake up and style up? Land is an asset, and we all know what happens to assets. Assets add value. And then, guys, if you've been following me and listening to my work, there's something that I said. It is not only the Ondaris family that has been buying land in this village. We have so many people that have done the same thing, but nobody goes after them. But because it is Ondari's family, they have to come out and shout on top of their, of their voices, and which is not okay. David Jr. never grabbed anyone's piece of land. Their family sold the pieces of land to him. Willing buyer, willing seller. It was a win-win process. I don't know, who are you to come out and say the money that, was paid for the piece of land is unfair? If that is your land and you have sat down and you have agreed, let's say for example, I'm gonna sell this piece of land at 1 million Kenyan shillings. If that is what you negotiate and agree with the buyer and they pay you, nobody has done any extortion. It is you that decided this is the value of this piece of land and I'm going to sell it to you. And I'm so happy because this family have learned. They are doing the procedure in the right way. They are documenting. Didn't you see David Jr. and the chief and these other people that were there? And then I saw people, were inciting and saying, oh, Matiko should not sign. He did sign. Do you get it? And therefore, nobody is grabbing those pieces of land. These guys are willingly selling to the Ondari's family. And if you are an international viewer, let me bring you up to speed. If you go to any village here in Kenya, you usually have families that are rich, that are powerful. And most of the time you'll find that people will go to them and sell their pieces of land because they need money. Do you get it? So if I sell to you a piece of land, let me say, for example, I sell a piece of land to you, you give me money. I go squander that money. That is not your problem. It is not the problem of the buyer. After all, if I have given you all your money, what again is there between us? Nothing. As much as we have exchanged money as agreed. And that is what David Jr. did. Whatever Matiko and his family does with the money, that is not the problem of David Jr. And of course, we all know David Jr. is a young gentleman and is gonna grow and become big. That guy has invested heavily in Nyabohanse. Do you understand? And when you look at David Jr., don't you see he's having a construction at the center? That is already business. He's going to list those houses. And you know, there are some people that will come out and say, who's gonna go and list in Davis apartment or whatever. The truth of the matter is, once that building is done, people will go and list, whether you are against it or not. It is just a matter of time. A matter of time. So this family is not taking advantage of anyone. When Dimango bought that piece of land, she was not the first person. Remember, Chef Matiko had already bought for his international friend. He had already bought. Why did you not go after Chef Matiko? Why did you wait until Dimango went and bought that farm? And then you see Gintu everywhere with his GoPro camera. How can I demonstrate? So I want to use this box. Hey, that guy Gintu is something else. That guy Gintu everywhere with the GoPro, walking around and showing, capturing Dimango's piece of land, shooting and talking, walking at the edges, as if that Dimango is the first person to buy that piece of land from that family. Yet that family has sold to other people. Why have you not gone after Chef Matiko? Why have you not gone after these other people? And this guy Gintu, I'm sorry to say, the father passed on. This guy has not taken any break. Don't come here and tell me that is one way or, in which a person can relieve their stress. We are Africans, guys. We are Africans. And there's a way we do our stuff. His dad passed on the other day. The guy is busy here working at people's farms, going to Marwa's gate and getting thumbnail. Who does that? Who does that when they are, mourning the passing on of someone that is very key? Our father is not just any other person. That is a very important person in the family. And there's so many stories that have come around. Oh, Gintu never took his father to the hospital. Guys, nobody is, rebuking him for that. Nobody's saying anything about it. But if it was the Marwas, hey, you'd have strangled them at your small corners. Imagine, Gintu makes a lot of money. That is the truth. This guy has a lot of donations. But word on the street is that when the father was sick, he couldn't take money and take him to hospital. I don't know. Those are allegations. But the truth of the matter is, there is no way a true son of the soil would be doing what Gintu is doing now. How? And you know, like for us Africans, when someone passes on, it is a process before someone is buried. By the way, it's a process. There are a lot of meetings, fundraising, you know, welcoming relatives from far and wide. And you are busy crisscrossing people's property. Busy talking about congrats dad. Busy talking about Mara, I don't know, Dee and who and who. I don't know, David Jr. Like, are you serious? Why can't you take time and just allow this period just to pass for a little time? Do you get it? To allow yourself to go through the process. You have lost your father. Why can't you sit down? Why can't you stay back at your home with your family members and do the needful? Guys, personally, as a Kenyan who understands our cultures as much as our cultures differ, because we don't come from the same tribe, the truth of the matter is someone needs to take a break with Gintu Gintu. I don't know why he's here. He's everywhere. He's there. He's jumping left and right. I don't know. It is anyways up to him. So guys, I don't know what you think about this video. Please drop your comment. I would love to hear from you. Check out on my membership and pick a pack that is pocket friendly. Thank you so much and goodbye for now.